Hello friends, today we'll discuss the topic that is combination of resistances or resistors. Students, we have discussed about the resistance and its different factors in the previous session. So in this session we will discuss how these resistances or resistors are connected, how they have different connections of resistors. Normally the resistances can be combined by two ways. So I can write that resistances or resistors. Here resistance and resistors, the meaning is same. Any word having some resistance can be called as resistor. Resistances can be combined in two ways. One is called series connection and the second one is called parallel connection. What is the difference between this series connection and parallel connection? We will discuss one by one. So, what is series connection? When two or more resistances are connected end to end consecutively, or you can say continuously, then they are said to be in series connection. It means when two or more resistances or resistors, when they are connected end to end, one will finish, then the other will start. And if it is continuously they are arranged, then they are said to be in series connection. We will take an example here. Say this is one resistor, R1 resistor, and if it is connected with another resistor R2. So this diagram represents that R1 resistors and R2 resistors, they are connected in series, because one end of the resistors is finished, the other end of the resistor starts join. So this type of connection can be called as series connection. So you can join many resistors in a series one by one. So this type of connection is called series connection. But if you will compare to the parallel connection, then when two or more resistances are connected between same 2 points, then they are said to be in parallel connection. It means if two or more resistors are connected between same 2 points, then they are said to be in parallel connection. So we will discuss it with the diagram. So let's the resistors here, resistor R1 is there and another resistor here R2 is there, and if they are connected within the same 2 points, it means if I will join like this, you see, if we will take this point A, this is B. So between point A and B, both resistors have joined, means two ends of resistor 1, that is R1, and both ends of resistor R2, they are joined between same 2 points, that is A and B. If the two ends of all the resistors are connected between the same 2 points, then they are said to be in parallel connection. Now if I join another resistor here. You see, if I will join another resistors, say R3, between the same 2 points. So now I can say R1, R3 and R2, all the 3 resistors are in parallel connection. Whereas if I join another resistor here, so now these 3 resistors are said to be in series connection. So it is a end-to-end arrangement, whereas all the ends, both ends of each resistor, if they are joined between same 2 points, then they are said to be parallel connection. Then students, we will read about the law of combination of resistances in series and law of combination of resistances in parallel. So the next part we'll read, that is law of combination of resistances in series. So what is this law? It means by this law you can find out the total or the combined resistance of different resistances which are connected in series. This law is, if R1, R2, R3 resistances are connected in series, then their combined resultant, or you can say total resistance that is RS. S is denoting series connection. The total resistance in series connection will be equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 ... How many resistances you are connected in series? If you will sum or add the individual resistances of all the resistances connected in series, then you will find out the combined or total resistance. It means if you want to find out the total resistance in a series connection, you have to add all the individual resistances. We will take an example, then it will be more clear. So let here 3 resistances. This is 5 ohm. Again another resistance which is say 10 ohm, and the third resistance having 12 ohm. So here 3 resistances, 5 ohm, 10 ohm and 12 ohm. These 3 resistances, as you can see, they are connected in series. So it means this is let R1, this is R2 and this is R3. If you want to find out their combined resistance, so I can write RS equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So you have to add the individual resistance of all the resistances. So R1 is 5 ohm plus 10 ohm plus 12 ohm. So it will be 27 ohm. So the total resistance is 27 ohm. So this total resistance can be called as combined resistance. You can also call as resultant resistance. So resultant resistance, combined resistance and total resistance in a series connection will be sum of all the individual resistances. In this way you can find out the total resistance. Then next part is that how this formula is derived. So we have told that Rs equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 dot dot dot, or how many dot dot means how many resistance are connected in series. All the resistance you have to add up. But how this formula is derived. So next we will discuss the derivation of this formula. But before discussing the derivation, we should know that what happens in a series connection. So in a series connection, students, two things you have to remember, that one, in series connection, same current flows through each individual resistances, but the second point is the voltage or potential difference across each resistor are different. It means the current through each resistor is same, whereas potential difference or voltage across each resistor is different. So we will do a diagram here so that it will be more clear. So let here we'll take three resistors. This is R1, this is R2, this is R3. It is connected with a battery and a switch. So if you will make the switch on, what will happen? The current will start to flow from positive end to negative end. Let I amount of current is flowing through this wire, and let the potential difference of the battery is V. If I amount of current is flowing, so in the circuit that amount of current will also flow through R1, and same amount of current, that is I, also flow through R2. Same amount of current will also flow through R3, and then it will come to the negative terminal of the battery. So you can see here the path of the current is only one. So this is the only path through which the current flows. So I amount of current is flowing through R1, I amount of current is flowing through R2, and I amount of current is also flowing through R3. So in a series connection, same current flows through each individual resistor, but the potential difference, or the you can say the voltage across each resistor is different. It means if you will take a voltmeter, so you can see here, if I will make the point here, so here the voltage across R1, and similarly you will take another voltmeter across R2 and another voltmeter across R3. So the individual potential difference of different resistor will be different. This will be V1, this will be V2, and this will be V3. Let because as the resistance of three resistors are different, hence the voltage across each resistor will be different. So remember student, in case of series connection, the same current flows through each resistor, but voltage across each resistor is different. But if you add these three potential difference, in this case V1 plus V2 plus V3, that will be equal to the voltage of the battery. The sum of the individual potential difference across all resistors will give the total voltage of the battery or cell present in the circuit. So in this case I can say V1 plus V2 plus V3 will be equal to V. So these two things we have to remember before deriving this formula. Okay, so now let's start the derivation. So before derivation, so now let three resistors R1, R2, R3 are connected in series with a cell of with a battery of voltage V. Let I amount of current is flowing through the circuit, and potential difference across each resistor is V1. R1 is V1, R2 is V2 and R3 is V3. These things already I have shown in the diagram. You have to write all these things in detail. So because of lack of space I am not writing it. That all these things what I have told, that is represented through a diagram. So in this case, so this is a series connection. So I can say in series connection the total voltage of the cell or battery here is V equal to, I can say V1 plus V2 plus V3, because in series connection if you will add all the voltage of each resistance, then you will find out the total voltage of the circuit or battery connected to the circuit. So here V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now applying Ohm's law, so you know I can say V equal to I into R, and here I am writing RS. What is RS here? RS is the combined resistance of series connection, means the total resistance of these three resistors is represented as RS. So the total voltage equal to total current into total resistance. So I into RS. So similarly we will find out V1. V1 will be the current flowing through it is I and resistance is R1. So in place of V1 I can write I into R1 plus, if you see the second resistance, that is R2, here I current is flowing through it and voltage is V2. So if you want to find out V2 equal to I into R2, current into resistance. Similarly, if you will find out the V3, as the same amount of current is flowing, so I can write I into R3. So what I have done, in place of V1 I have find out, applying Ohm's law, I into R1, V2 I into R2, V3 I into R3. The next one is, we will take I common, because I is common in all the three. So if we will take I common, here it will be R1 plus R2 plus R3, which is equal to I into RS. So you can, both side I is there, so you can cut I. So implies what we got, RS equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. This is the formula. So already in law of combination of resistances in series equal to Rs equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So in this way we can derive the formula for series connection. This is all about series connection. Now we'll discuss about the parallel connection. So as I told, in parallel connection, let draw a diagram. This is, let R1, this is another resistance R2, this is another resistance R3. Three resistances are there, R1, R2, R3. They are connected parallel. It means you can see here, between the same 2 points all the resistances are connected. These are the weights of the resistance. The resistance is this one. We are considering the resistance here, which is symbolized in a zigzag form. These are the weight which have negligible resistance. So if you see, all the three resistances are connected between the same 2 points. Hence these three resistances are connected in parallel condition. So after that, if they are connected to a cell and a switch or a key, so this is plus minus, and if you make the switch on now, what will happen? The current will start to flow. So if you will see here, let I amount of current is flowing through it. So in this point you can see here, after the I will reach here, the current reaches here, there is three different paths. So some amount of current may flow in this way, some amount of current will flow in this way, that is through R2, and some amount of current will flow through R3, because the three different paths is there. So the current will divide here actually. So let the I1 is flowing through R1, I2 is flowing through R2, and I3 is flowing through R3. Because the current will divide here because of three different paths, and all these current, when they will join here, again they will become I. So students, just opposite of series connection. In case of parallel connection, what happens? One, the current flowing through each resistor is different, whereas in case of series connection it was same amount of current is flowing through each resistor, but in case of parallel connection the I becomes different, the current flowing through each resistor is different, but you can say that all the sum of all the individual current will give the total amount of current flowing in the circuit. Like here I1, I2 and I3, if you will add this, then you will find I. But second thing, the voltage or potential difference across each resistor is same with the voltage of cell or battery. It means if you will find out the voltage of each resistor, you can see here, these are the 2 points with which all the resistors are connected between the same 2 points. and as I've told, these are the wires and which have negligible resistance. If the voltage across the cell is V, then also if we'll measure or if we'll use one voltmeter here, you will find the same voltage will shown by each resistor. It means the voltage across R1 is also V, R2 is also V, R3 is also V, and the cell has also same amount of voltage, that is V. Potential difference across each resistor will be same because the two ends of each resistor is connected at same 2 points. So this voltmeter is connected between the same 2 points. Hence, the reading of each individual resistance, the voltage voltmeter reading of each individual resistance will be same. That will be V, which is equal to voltage of the cell or battery of the circuit. So remember student, in case of parallel connection, the I becomes different, but the voltage or potential difference remains same. Whereas in series connection, I becomes same, but potential difference across each resistor is different, just opposite to each other. So now we'll read about the law of combination of resistances in parallel. So as I have already drawn the diagram, if R1, R2, R3 ... resistors are connected in parallel, then their combined total resultant resistance were symbolized as Rp here, that is Rs. Rs is for total resistance in series connection, and here I am giving the symbol Rp. Rp is total resistance in parallel connection, is given by the formula 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 ... This is the formula for finding out total resistance in parallel connection. So in parallel connection, directly you cannot find out the total resistance. You will find out the reciprocal of the total resistance. 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus ... The ... means how many resistors are connected in parallel connection, that you have to add like this, 1 by R4, 1 by R5, like that. So this is the formula for finding out total resistance in parallel connection. Then question is there, the derivation of this formula. How can we derive this formula? So we can derive this formula from this diagram. So already we have drawn in the diagram, and also you have to remember one thing, in parallel connection the I becomes, the current is different in each resistor, but the potential difference is same across each resistor. So that point you have to mention here. So now if you want to derive this one, so here in parallel connection, so this is the diagram. Here what we have done, we have taken three resistors R1, R2, R3 connected in parallel with a voltage, with a cell of voltage V and a switch. So when we make the switch on, the current I will flow through the circuit, but the current will divide here. So let the I1 current is flowing through R1, I2 amount of current is flowing through R2, and I3 amount of current is flowing through R3. And the voltage across each resistor is same by showing the voltmeter here. The V is voltage is for each of the resistance, which is also equal to the voltage of the cell. So what we'll write here? Here in parallel connection, the total current of the circuit I equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. If you'll add or sum the individual current of each resistor, then you will find out the total current flowing through the circuit. So I equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Again you have to apply the Ohm's law. Applying Ohm's law, you know, in Ohm's law we have written V equal to IR. So if I want to find out I, then it will be V by R. So this thing we have to use here. So from this, I equal to, I is the current flowing through the circuit. So what will be the value of I? V by Rp. What is V? V is total voltage of the circuit and Rp is total resistance of the combination or this connection. So as I is, if you want to find out the total current of the circuit, so total voltage of the circuit by total resistance of the circuit. Similarly, if you want to find out I1, so here also the voltage across R1 is V and resistance is R1. So I can write V by R1. If you want to find out I2, so voltage across R2 is V and resistance of R2 resistance is R2. So I can write I2 equal to V by R2. Similarly, in this way you can find out the value of I3, that is voltage by resistance. So you can see here I is the total current of the circuit. So that's why we are using total voltage by total resistance. I1 is only the current flowing through this resistance. So if you want to find out the current through this resistance, you have to divide voltage by resistance. Voltage is V, resistance is R1. So that's why I1 equal to V by R1. Similarly, we can find out I2 equal to V by R2, I3 equal to V by R3. Then you have to take out the common V. If you take the V common here, then it will be 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. And V is same in both sides, you can cut it here. So finally you will get 1 by Rp. Rp is total resistance of parallel connection equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So this is the formula. We can derive this one. So students, here you cannot find out the direct total resistance in parallel. Reciprocal of total resistance will be reciprocal of all the individual resistances. This is the formula for parallel connection. So let's find out the total resistance by using this formula. Let, for example, this R1, if you will give the value in this diagram, let the value of the resistance is 5 ohm here. Let this is say 10 ohm and this is 20 ohm. So two things here. Here three resistors having 5 ohm, 10 ohm and 20 ohm respectively, they are connected in parallel connection. If you want to find out the total resistance in this case, so I can write the formula here. 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, and you have to use the value 1 by 5 plus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20. Then you will take out the LCM. It will be 24 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 7 by 20. So what happens, students, after finding out this one up to this much, so this value 7 by 20, this is not the answer actually. This is 1 by Rp, because we are finding out 1 by Rp equal to 7 by 20. Hence, what you have to find out, Rp equal to, just make it reciprocal, 20 by 7 ohm will be the answer. So most of the students, what they do, they find out up to this and write Rp equal to 7 by 20. But it is wrong. 1 by Rp is 7 by 20. Rp will be 20 by 7. So again you have to make it reciprocal. Then you can find out the total resistance in parallel connection. So student, if you find out the value of 20 by 7, it will be approximately equal to 2.845 like that, 2.85 ohm. So how you find out the difference? 5 ohm, 10 ohm and 20 ohm are there, but if you combine them in parallel connection, then their total resistance become 2.85 ohm. So in a parallel connection, what happens? The total resistance, the combined resistance become very less, even less than this 5 ohm. You see, this is the least resistance of the among three, but it is the total resistance is also less than 5. So whenever you combine the resistors in parallel connection, the overall resistance becomes very less. But this if we will do in parallel series connection here, same three resistors 5 ohm, 10 ohm and 20 ohm, if we will make in series connection here, then here Rs will be equal to 5 ohm plus 10 ohm plus 20 ohm, that will become 35 ohm. So you see the difference between these two. All these three resistance, if connected in series, the overall resistance becomes so large, whereas if they are connected in parallel, then the overall resistance become very less. So this is one of the merit or advantage of parallel connection, and that is why it is used in mostly parallel connection is more preferred than series connection. We will discuss other points about this series and parallel in the next session. So this is all about for today. Thank you very much for watching this video.